Hey, there are a lot of topics that I don't get to. There's only so many hours in the day. And Brittany Page over on her channel on the Page Perspective just posted a video, or will be posting very soon. I'll put a link below. A video of Donald Trump just flailing in response to a question from a Trump supporter to him directly, this biker at Sturgis. And it is fascinating, and her take is spot on. So go check that video out. I would be grateful. Let's talk about this. I am very excited about the fact, I am pleased with the fact, I am over the moon with the fact that Republicans are floundering. They are, to say that they're treading water, advancing nowhere in this election is to put it mildly. Yesterday with Dana Bash on State of the Union on CNN, JD Vance was interviewed. And it's one thing when you project, when you accuse the other side of doing the thing that you're guilty of. But when you accuse the other side, this is going to get real meta. When you accuse the other side of projecting, you are projecting yourself. It's just a snake swallowing its tail kind of a situation. I'm going to play this clip, and I want you to keep note of all of the different things that JD Vance accuses Democrats and Kamala Harris and Tim Walz of that he is guilty of. But also note that he absolutely just openly uses the word projection while projecting.
I want to move on to something that Governor Walz has called you and Donald Trump, and that is weird.
Sure.
And it is taken off. The New York Times reports that when Donald Trump was asked about it, he said, "Not me, they're talking about JD."
Well, certainly they've levied that charge against me more than anybody else, but I think that it drives home how they're trying to distract from their own policy failures. I mean, look, this is fundamentally schoolyard bully stuff. They can accuse me of whatever they want to accuse me of. As Harry S. Truman once said, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen. And I'm doing this because I think that me being vice president will help improve people's lives. So I accept their attacks, but I think that it is a little bit of projection, Dana. If you think about just take a couple of days ago. Tim Walz gives this big speech. He's been announced as the VP nominee. And I remember when I had just been announced as the VP nominee, I gave my big speech, and I saw my wife, and I gave her a big hug and a kiss because I love my wife, and I think that's what a normal person does. Tim Walz gave his wife a nice, firm Midwestern handshake and then tried to sort of awkwardly correct for it. So I think that what it is two people, Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, who aren't comfortable in their own skin because they aren't comfortable with their policy positions for the American people. And so they're name calling instead of actually telling the American people how they're going to make their lives better. I think that's weird, Dana, but look, they can call me whatever they want to.
You're saying Tim Walz doesn't have affection for his wife? I don't even understand that.
I said that he acted weird, which he did, on a national stage in front of his wife and in front of millions of Americans who presumably were watching at home. And I think that it's projection, Dana. Look, I think this election should be about who's going to solve the inflation crisis, who's going to make groceries and housing more affordable, who's going to secure that southern border. Kamala Harris's record is that she supported all of the policies that made that problem worse, Dana. We're trying to say we're going to take the country in a different direction. I really think that it's important to point this out, Dana. Their entire campaign has not been about, here's our policy for how we're going to make your life better, or here's what's wrong with Donald Trump and JD Vance's policies. We're going to name call and hope that you don't notice that we don't have an agenda. That is the entire Democrat approach to this election.
Come on, man. You're not beating the weird rap when you do shit like this, JD Vance. First of all, let's just take a couple of these points here. Fundamentally, schoolyard bully stuff. You, as a member of the Trump ticket, have something to say about schoolyard bully stuff, about name calling and stuff. Let's put this on screen. Here is a Wikipedia entry, list of nicknames used by Donald Trump. And if you go through here, there's sections to this. It's first, domestic political figures, sloppy Steve Bannon, basement Biden, Beijing Biden, crooked Joe, Joe Hyden, sleepy Joe, slow Joe. Michael Bloomberg, Little Michael, Mini Mike Bloomberg, Governor Jerry Moonbeam Brown, My Bush, Low Energy Jeb, Alfred E. Newman about Pete Buttigieg. I mean, Crazy Hillary, Crooked Hillary, Lion Hillary. Look at this list here. This is just domestic political figures. Goofy Elizabeth Warren, Pocahontas, Low IQ Maxine Waters, Rocket Man, Little Rocket Man. Media figures, Crazy Mika Brzezinski, George Slopadopoulos, Psycho Joe, Lil George, Lil, he's always with the little Jeff Zucker. And then groups of people, other people, organizations he has. For JD Vance to whine and cry about name calling and schoolyard bully tactics is just, it is chef's kiss projection. And accusing us a little bit of projection, no. Everything you're doing is only making things worse. Weirdo JD Vance. You're desperate for something to catch on when nothing is. The momentum is on the part of the Democrats. Momentum is on the side of Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, and you aren't even treading water. You are drowning. Your head is beneath the surface of the water, JD Vance. And the shaking hands thing, can we not, for you to assert that Tim Walz doesn't love his wife, doesn't have a loving marital relationship with his wife because he had an awkward moment on stage? I mean, if only, I would love it if we had some kind of clip somewhere of Donald Trump awkwardly shaking hands with Melania Trump. Oh, wait, we do.
Thank you, Hanneke. Fantastic stuff, man. Fantastic stuff. You go sit down, honey.
They just can't. I mean, you know the saying that there's a tweet for everything from Donald Trump? There's certainly a video clip of everything. This is projection. And them accusing us, Democrats, people in the media, whatever, of projection is just hilarious. And it really does go to show that they are desperate. Polling came out today that they are underwater, to continue with the metaphor, with unlikability, with favorability, and especially in swing states where it counts the absolute most. It matters less if they're not performing well in Oklahoma or Idaho, because those states are going to go red no matter what. But it matters a lot when we're talking about Michigan and Pennsylvania and Georgia and Arizona, Wisconsin, these swing states. It matters a lot. Anyway, I would love your participation in this conversation. You can click below. You can leave a comment below, have a discussion there. That'll help the YouTube algorithm to share this content with new viewers. That would be great. You can also call, leave me a voicemail. Something that I've done since the very beginning is leave an opportunity for you to sound off with your voice, not just in comment. 714-576-4054. And of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. Thanks for joining me today. You can follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. I'd love to see you there. And I'll see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.